There's no feeling more intense than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute. If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it. If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that, like if you've already had a bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come back. I'll be here. Alright, thanks for coming with me on this trip. I'll understand if you have to take a break at any point. Just find a safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always. Even your mistakes.
No, everyone's voting. Yes, the
Ugh.
Democrats are winning.
What's the name? They storming the building right now. Apparently,
Wait, who? What?
Trump supporters are storming the building.
What? Storming what building?
And B games are rough assemblages of found objects.
I don't know. They
Designed to
keep
slip
calling
them
it the
together
Capitol building.
very quickly and freely. And they're often too rough and
Apparently, they ran over a couple
they're built more for the
police.
joy of building them
What's the name? They
than
done
as
broke the
bulk
fences
for
already.
purpose.
Couple people inside.
In a certain way, sexy hiking is the
Johnny
perfect
supporters, I
environment
done.
for
He fighting for real that
It's built
shit.
almost entirely out of found and
I knew
recycled
you were
parts,
bullshit.
and it's one of the most
I just didn't know
unusual
when that
and
motherfucker gonna
unfabricated of
hit.
its time. In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer.
So,
Do you hit?
do they not understand?
He getting evicted. He outside in the mob. He ain't.
No amount of forward
What?
progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery, and the player is constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and Anyway, when you start sexy hiking, you're standing next to this dead tree that
That shouldn't be as funny.
Game.
That shouldn't
It might
be
take you
as
an hour to
funny.
get over that tree, and a lot of people never got past it. You prod and you poke at it.
I was a little boy. I just happened to be right in the
Trying
day.
to find a way up and over. And there's a sense of truth in that lack of compromise. Most obstacles in video game worlds are fake. You can be completely confident in your ability to get through them once you have the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time. In that sense, every pixelated obstacle in sexy hiking is real. The obstacles in sexy hiking are unyielding, and that makes the game uniquely frustrating. But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to make a frustrating game. Frustration is just essential to the act of climbing, and it's authentic to the process of building a game about climbing. A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault as a player rather than as a builder. Imaginary mountains build themselves from our efforts to climb them, and it's our repeated attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're building a video game world, you're building with ideas, and that can be like working with quickset cement. You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be played with, and in the process of playing with them, they begin to harden and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at that point,
Second collapse of the economy.
not without breaking it into
Second
pieces,
coronavirus.
starting fresh with new ideas. For years now, people have been predicting that games would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that hasn't happened. Because the objects in the stores are trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are. As soon as you put it in the sink. Things are made to be consumed.
My steps were calculated, but God, am I bad at math.
God damn.
In the context of technology, those moments pass by in seconds. Over time, we've poured more and more refuse into this vast digital landfill that we call the internet. It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused. When everything
13 minutes till this bitch is done.
becomes the new medium, the lingua franca
The
of the digital
Overwatch
age.
thing.
You could build culture out of
Is that Overwatch update?
but only trash culture. B games,
What?
B movies.
Not update. I said 13 minutes until that event is done.
Maybe this is what digital culture is.
Same.
A monstrous heap of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain.
I did.
A landfill with
You don't need to
everything we
keep
ever
bringing
thought
it
of
up.
in it. Grand, infinite, and unsorted. There's
Wait,
30
didn't you
novels
not
on
get
the
it?
list. Gen
Huh?
X's fanfic novels, Scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned snuff scenes on Live Leak. Facebook's got lifelike bots with unbranded adverts and candid shots of Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed gifs, Russian dashcam vids, discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled. Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh. And there's years of persevering, disappearing into the pile, out of style, out of sight. In this context, it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle, that lets you churn through it but not earn it. Why make something demanding if it just gets piled up in the landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Oh, ow. Ooh.
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you, taunting you, resetting and delaying you. Players played stoically. Now everyone's turned off.
I think
by
Soda
that.
will play everything.
They want to burn through it quickly. A quick
He's
fix for
playing
the
Hades,
fickle, some
Spellbreak,
tricks for the quicks of the
Among
fickle.
Us,
But that's not you. You're an
all in the
acrobat.
same session.
You could swallow a baseball bat.
My little sister talked to me yesterday saying,
Now, I
"Hey,
know, most likely you're watching
she
this on
wants. She
YouTube
was
or
thinking about
Twitch,
starting to
or
play
some dude
League
with
of
10
Legends." I
million
said,
views does
"No."
it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed
Avoid
up
it.
food.
Don't even start it. You want to have to put it down.
Right? I told her, I'm like, "Don't do it."
Just
What
leave
I'm
it alone.
saying is, trash
Act like you don't know what the fuck a
disposable.
MOBA is.
I told her it ain't worth it.
Are you stressed?
I don't get
I
out.
guess you don't hate it. Feeling frustrated. It's underrated. An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked
And then
inside.
I told her, I'm like, "Yo, do you even know
That's
what
not
like
I
how
feel
League of
about
Legends
childhood.
works?"
I only want the bitterness. It's coffee.
She's like, "I don't even know what it is."
It's licorice.
And put away, don't touch it.
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user.
And she's
I
like,
refused, but you
"Eddie,
didn't.
I spent
There was something
thousands
in
and
you
thousands of hours of Sims." I'm
that
like,
chose
"Keep
to
it that way."
continue.
That's what she described it as. She was like, "The only thing I know is from you playing it is that it's kind of like Overwatch." I'm like, "None. Overwatch is
She gotta learn the ability. She gotta learn the people. She gotta learn what she is and stuff.
Oh, I gave her the whole rundown already.
Yeah. About that shit. Walking in, it's a cult. Don't do it.
It ain't worth it. No, Bacchus one.
Markers one. Yeah, that's the reason I took it off. I started noticing who was the better, like when I was playing them, and I just kept tapping that shit. So I just took it off.
I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm getting personally attacked. This ain't fun.
It means a lot to me that you've come this far, endured this much. Every wisecrack, every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me. We have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition, it's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
Yeah, true.
Have you thought about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot, Diogenes? Are you his hand?
I told
Are you
him,
the
like,
top
don't
of
do
his
it. You
hammer?
think you're wasting your time on
Think
fucking
not.
Sims right now?
Where your hand moves, the hammer may not follow, nor the man.
Bitch, I
nor
prefer
the
you
intent.
staying on Sims.
In this here is will, his intent, the embodied resolve in his uphill ascent.
Man,
Quote
that's what
unquote.
that's what it fucking feels like in my whatever ranking I'm in now because Bacchus mod is not working.
Go over. Thanks.
Yeah.
You've conquered the ice.
I mean, we all knew he built different when he started eating Pop Tarts with no frosting.
The living room and the factory, the playground, the construction
I
site.
gotta tell you, like, if I'm grinding Apex, I gotta take breaks in between, cause that shit Too much
He's learned
sometimes.
to hike.
That nigga can go. That's
He's
crazy to
probably
me.
have to go to up. And in a moment, I'll shut up. But let me say, I'm glad you came.
I told. I, I told her, I'm like, look, listen, because it seemed like she just like, I mean, all the
And
points were telling her not to play the game. She like, it still
just
sounds like
keep
a game.
don't say don't play the game. Just keep suggesting other games. So when she finally goes and tries to leave, she's gonna eventually switch.
I told her, I'm like, look, listen,
Just give her a
it sounds like,
catalog of games. It's better.
listen, League.
Content there though. If they just want to know muddle through that bit. They deleted the story? Deleted? I thought it was like the story was still up. I didn't know they. Why would they even take it out? Just leave it there. Why touch it? Yes. Now niggas just gonna walk in lost.
I dedicate this game to you, the one who came this far. I give it to you with all my love.
Oh boy, these priority passes.
Try hard ass finna go to Apex again.
What, for an update on Apex?
Apex does have an update though.